Have you ever felt a sudden shift inside you? A quiet but undeniable sensation that the universe is trying to wake up your consciousness? The sensation arises from nowhere. A slight chill down the spine, a tightness in the chest, a thought that doesn't seem to be your own. A strange perception that something is moving around you even though everything seems exactly the same. It's as if a silent force crosses the air, touches your mind for a second, and leaves an echo impossible to ignore. This echo is the first beat of your spiritual awakening, a vibration coming from the quantum field trying to break through the surface of your everyday life. You've experienced this before, in the small pauses between one thought and another, in the moments when time seems to slow down for a fraction of a second, in situations where you feel you are being guided, observed, perceived by something you can't name, but instinctively recognize. It's as if the hidden reality that exists behind this reality begins to blink at you, testing your attention, inviting you to see a little more than before. And maybe you never told anyone this because you didn't know how to explain it, but deep down, you always knew there was something different about you, a heightened sensitivity, an intuition that speaks louder than logic, an ability to feel vibrations that other people ignore. A subconscious mind trying to reveal messages you haven't yet been able to decipher. If you feel this way, you're not imagining it. It's not a coincidence. It's synchronicity. At this stage of your journey, your thoughts shift in frequency, your perception expands, and your quantum consciousness begins to access information that was dormant within you. This is why signs begin to appear more frequently. Vivid dreams, coincidences that defy statistics, people who reappear at the exact moment. Words that reach you as if they were answers to questions you never verbalized. None of this is random, none of this is normal, and none of this is insignificant. The universe is trying to wake you up. You begin to notice that something inside you is tired of the repetition, tired of the illusions, tired of living in automatic mode. It's almost as if an ancient, deep part of your soul is knocking on the door of your mind, saying it's time to remember who you really are. That part never slept. It was just waiting for the vibrational moment when you could finally listen to it. And now, you can. What has been happening in your life in recent days, weeks, or months is not a mistake. It's not bad luck. It's not disorder. It's recalibration. It's when the quantum field around you reorganizes everything to force its expansion, even if it means discomfort, strangeness, or the feeling that you are crossing a corridor between two versions of yourself. This crossing is real, and that's why nothing you feel now should be ignored. Today you will understand why your body reacts in ways you don't comprehend, why your mind is more sensitive, why your energy seems to fluctuate without warning, and why your consciousness is picking up signals that most people don't even notice. You are entering the territory where vibration shapes matter, where frequency defines experience, where the subconscious mind reveals codes, and where spiritual awakening ceases to be metaphor and becomes applied physics. This video, Shocking Awakening Symptoms. The universe is forcing you to see, didn't reach you by chance. And from now on, I, channel name, a specialist in quantum consciousness and vibration, will guide you into the core of your own energy field. What you will discover may change everything, but only if you allow it. So before we continue, subscribe now, activate the bell, and leave a comment saying, "I'm ready," because from this moment on, something much bigger is beginning to reveal itself. What almost no one understands is that spiritual awakening rarely begins with a grand revelation. It begins silently, at the most ordinary moment possible, when you least expect it. Imagine someone living for years within the same routine, waking up, working, repeating. Nothing extraordinary, nothing that seems connected to the quantum field of consciousness. But then, without warning, strange symptoms arise that don't fit into common logic. Insomnia appears out of nowhere, not from anxiety, but from an inner vibration that doesn't let the body rest, as if something were trying to emerge from the subconscious mind. Small déjà vu moments begin to happen repeatedly, as if fragments of hidden reality were fitting together before one's eyes. There is a persistent feeling that something is about to explode, not as a threat, but as an expansion of consciousness about to break through an old limit. This person begins to realize that their thoughts seem clearer, that the energy around them responds differently, that unlikely encounters happen as if they were messages aligned by the universe. It's as if the quantum field itself is organizing events to force what they have avoided for years. Seeing. This invisible awakening, this subtle and profound process, can be uncomfortable because it dismantles the illusion of normality. You believe you are just tired, just distracted, just sensitive, but in reality, you are entering a different frequency than the one you have always occupied. The universe is not asking if you are ready. It is guiding you through awakening symptoms that reveal that your quantum consciousness is opening from the inside out. And when that happens, nothing in perception remains the same. Sounds seem more intense, emotions deeper, synchronicities more frequent. There's a force pulling you inward, as if something ancient is resurfacing. It doesn't matter if you resist or try to rationalize. The movement has already begun. The universe is forcing you to see what you've ignored for so long. The vibration changes first, and life changes afterward. This is the point where many arrive at this channel, seeking understanding, clarity, and a community that understands this process without judgment. That's why your presence here matters. Every comment, every subscription, every interaction is not just engagement. It's a real energetic exchange, a collective expansion that strengthens the vibrational field of us all. If this content resonates with you, if something within you recognizes this journey, consciously offer your support. Like this video, subscribe, and share your experience, because this not only strengthens the channel's work, but also amplifies the frequency of those who are awakening now. This is a space to keep this vibration moving. And you, have you ever felt something like this? Tell us in the comments. And when you share something like this in the comments, you start to notice a pattern. You're not alone. Thousands of people in different parts of the world are feeling the same spiritual signals, experiencing the same awakening symptoms, questioning the same hidden reality. And then the inevitable question arises, if all this has always been happening, why didn't you see these signs before? The answer is uncomfortable, but liberating. From an early age, school, work, and society trained you to look only outward, at results, deadlines, appearances, survival. They trained your mind to focus on the concrete and disbelieve anything that couldn't be measured with a common ruler. You were taught to silence your intuition, to distrust your own perception, to ignore your body's vibration when something didn't add up, to call coincidence what was actually the quantum field trying to communicate. This conditioning wasn't accidental. When quantum consciousness awakens, you become less manipulable, less predictable, less trapped in structures built to keep everyone on the same frequency. That's why for years, your subconscious mind perceived the signs, but your conditioned self dismissed them before you even questioned them. If you're seeing this, click the like button. Show that you're ready to change. Today, however, the narrative is beginning to break down. The very science of consciousness, studies on quantum fields, neurovibration, and entanglement, show that perception is not merely an effect of the brain, but an interface with a much larger reality. Experiments in quantum consciousness indicate that the observer influences the outcome, that energy responds to intention, that the subconscious mind is connected to an ocean of invisible information. In other words, you weren't crazy. You were surrounded by data that no one taught you to read. You were trained to see only half the screen. When you begin to reclaim that other half, everything changes. The feeling of having been deceived isn't meant to generate resentment, but to generate responsibility. Now you know that spiritual awakening isn't a privilege of the few. It's a natural process of expanding consciousness. This channel exists to support this movement, to be a meeting point for people who no longer want to live anesthetized. Each subscription, each comment, each conscious like, is part of a collective construction of frequency, an energy network that strengthens those who are still at the beginning of the path. If something within you feels that this veil is lifting, stay here, participate. Write what you've already perceived, because in the next part, we will delve even deeper into this mystery that has always been before your eyes, just waiting for the right moment to be seen. And when that veil begins to lift, you realize that the universe doesn't work in absolute silence. It sends signals, vibrations, subtle movements that traverse the subconscious mind and directly touch what is awakening within you. And even if they seem simple at first glance, these signals carry impressive precision. They are activation symptoms, small triggers that reveal that your quantum consciousness is entering a new state. And if you recognize any of them, take a deep breath, because this is not imagination. It's the first sign that your spiritual awakening has already begun. The first symptom is an inner vibration, that feeling of anxiety without apparent reason. It's not fear, it's not worry, it's an internal pulse, as if your energy were reorganizing itself. Many people describe it as a subtle tremor in the chest, a warmth in the hands, or an electric wave rising up the spine. One woman told me that for weeks, she felt her heart race whenever she thought about changing her life, until she realized it wasn't anxiety, but the quantum field forcing her out of an old frequency. The second sign is synchronicities, déjà vu, and impossible coincidences. You think of someone and they call. You look at the clock and always see the same numbers. You find information that answers questions you never verbalized. This happens when your perception sharpens and you begin to pick up on patterns that were hidden in the hidden reality. A young man told me that, after months of ignoring these signs, he realized that the universe was literally paving the way before him. The third symptom is a shift in values. Things that once seemed important cease to make sense. Old patterns break down, habits are broken, relationships transform. It's common to feel a natural distancing from environments that drain your energy. This isn't isolation, it's vibrational alignment. Your energy field is selecting what matches the new frequency you are assuming. The fourth sign is intense dreams, symbolic visions, or strong sensations upon waking. The subconscious mind begins to release dormant content. Many people report dreams that seem like direct messages, images that carry emotion and meaning, as if a deeper part of you is trying to speak to you from a place beyond time. This happens because, during sleep, your resistance decreases, and the expansion of consciousness expresses itself more freely. And the fifth symptom is a sense of urgency, the feeling that there is a mission waiting for you. It's not external pressure, it's an inner calling, a gentle voice that says there is something you need to do, learn, or remember. This feeling is the first sign your consciousness is starting to awaken. It arises when your energy surpasses a threshold and begins to respond to the universe more directly. These awakening signs don't appear by chance. They are the universe's way of sending you signals that something bigger is moving in your direction. And when you recognize these patterns, your perception changes, your vibration changes, and your entire field reorganizes itself to keep pace with the new level of consciousness that is emerging. If you felt any of these signs, share this video with someone who needs to see this. The universe may be trying to wake you both up. Stay with me, because in the next part we'll delve even deeper into what's really happening within your energy and why this is happening now. You've come this far, felt every vibration, recognized every sign, and realized that nothing happening within you is random. By now, the expansion of consciousness has begun to alter your perception, and your subconscious mind is bringing to the surface what you've tried to ignore for years. But now we've reached the most important point in this entire journey, the moment when you need to decide what to do with all of this. Because when spiritual awakening begins, the universe doesn't ask if you're ready. It simply places you before a portal. And this portal is activated by your conscious choice, not by fear, not by impulse, but by vibration, by frequency, by an energy that begins to align with what has always been dormant within you. The real question isn't whether the universe is trying to wake you up now. It is. The question is, how much longer will you wait to take control of your consciousness? Many believe that awakening is about finding answers, but it's actually about accepting that you've always been part of the quantum field, part of the hidden reality that unfolds with every thought. It's about recognizing that your quantum consciousness is not an effect of life, but its source, and that changes everything. When you understand that every sensation, every coincidence, every inner impulse is an invitation to transcend the old version of yourself, the path ceases to be confusing. It becomes inevitable. However, there's a shift that few realize. It's not just about you. It's not just about your individual expansion. Something much bigger is happening, a movement that transcends generations, cultures, and invisible boundaries. When your consciousness awakens, you become a vibrational node within an energetic network that the universe uses to amplify transformation. Each person who awakens changes the frequency of others around them. Each elevated thought reconfigures patterns. Each conscious decision influences the quantum field collectively. This means that, by crossing this portal, you are not only changing your life, you are serving as a channel, as a bridge, as a transmitter of a quantum shift that touches everything around you without you immediately realizing it. And perhaps that's why you're here now, listening to this, feeling this. Perhaps the universe trying to wake you up now isn't just so you can see beyond, but so you can become part of something that is only just beginning. The expansion of human consciousness has never been an individual process. It has always been a silent current waiting only for someone to have the courage to take the next step. And when you take that step, the energy responds. Perception aligns. Reality reorganizes itself. Nothing you've experienced up to this point has brought you here by chance. If you're listening to these words, there's a reason. Something bigger is happening, something that can't be fully explained, but can be felt in the vibration of your body, in the accelerated pulse of your soul, in the feeling that life is about to change direction. And this isn't the end of the journey. It's the real beginning. In the next video, we'll see science hid this from you. Your consciousness creates everything, and you won't want to miss what we're about to reveal. Before we go, register your attendance. Type yes in the comments if you're ready for this hidden truth. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and open your mind to what's coming next. If this video resonated with you, that spark that awakens perception and alters your vibration, then don't ignore this call. Click like now, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because what comes next will expand your consciousness even further. Share this video with someone who is still stuck in the old frequency and needs to see what the universe has been trying to show. And before you leave your comment below. Which of the 5 signs resonated most with you? Your experience strengthens the entire awakening community. Get ready, because in the next video we will reveal something that science has tried to hide for decades, the truth that your consciousness creates everything. See you there.